Hello and welcome, it's Peter here from Inte.Team. Guys, I would like to thank you, Mr. Andrew from Gorilla Cards. It's my new supplier, okay, for spare parts for devices like scooters, e-bikes and hoverboards. So I've got here a wheel, and I've got here boards. Now please comment down below if the sound has improved anything or not, because I know my previous videos had issues, and thanks to the Wisher and Cucumber, I think those accounts to our one gentleman down from England, at least sounds by the sound of the voice. So that gentleman pointed out many months back that there was a problem with voice, and you know, just now, because I went back to the videos, I want to really put extra attention and fix it. Okay, so the first thing foremost, I was trying to adjust the volume settings, and I think it's better, at least it's showing better. But now let's go back to the video. Okay, so we had just a board, and this board was neglected by us, but only because we've got devices which we fix on a daily basis and more or less profitable, depend on the type. Yes, like those TVs, game consoles, laptops, computers, phones, tablets. Yes, we invested in the laser for iPhones as well, for the rear glasses, and that's okay. Okay, now here is permanently screen protector plotter to cut the screen protectors. You know, we invest all the time in the equipment, and we've got certain niches which we are best in. This is something which we're going into. Okay, I didn't have a supplier, that's why I was neglecting always this. So the gentleman who came to us, he wanted a fix of no power. Okay, so I did fix a no power, but unfortunately, I couldn't fix it all. And the story goes, one, it was hectic time, it was holiday, we couldn't go out of the jobs. We recently just going out of the old backlog of repairs. We couldn't, literally, that's why there was no videos as well, because we didn't have time. Now, when I had time, I've looked that there is a problem with one of the boards. Okay, that's G2. So what I have found was that the transistors here, yes, the transistors failed, and I've ordered from China, yes, from AliExpress. They came, I replaced them, and you know what, I had power, so one side started to work. But unfortunately, yes, unfortunately, there was another problem. Turns out that in these hoverboards in general, just the wheel can cause a problem with the board. Now, the board has certain voltages, like this one is 36 volt board, okay, and these have gyroscopes here, okay. So the older generations of boards or different type of boards have additional boards with the gyro installed separately. This one has all-in-one. Now the problem is that once the board is gone, it's a goner, and you can either replace the board, if you don't know component level repairs, or bin the whole hoverboard. Now if you will calculate the cost of the wheel, and if you will calculate the cost of the boards plus some labor, you know, it's not cheap. The wheel, let's say it's around 50 quid, depend, you know, on the type of the wheel. One will be less, one will be more. Then the boards can cost anything from 30 to over 100 pounds as well, plus the labor, yes, and the time and everything. You know, it's a hassle. Now if you order the board, if you replace it and turns out that the motor is causing the problem and it's broken your board, you are pretty much not happy. Okay, so the gentleman from Gorilla Cards was really keen to me, and I will fix, okay, I will fix these boards. Even though they are faulty, they are brand new and they are faulty, I will fix them because the gentleman was so kind to me that I really want to do it, okay? Now, I've got 6 hoverboards, which I will go probably when I will have time. But I would like to fix them all, okay? Fix all of them to the last one. Gradually, not you know, simultaneously, all of them. And we will see different type of boards, okay? Because the ones which I have these older type of boards with MOSFETs or some other transistors mounted all the way around here. Whereas these boards, okay, I will show you the picture, what I've done, because I didn't have original. Look that my MOSFETs are at the top here. You can always cut it, that's not a problem, you know, but this fits and this powered on for real, yes? So you can see that the picture, yes, contains, okay, contains the 2 different MOSFETs, and they are burning when you place them over there and you start to use them, okay, start using them. On the old wheel, on the new wheel, that they don't burn. But the problem is that one side only works. Now every second, every 2 on the left, 2 in the middle and 2 in the right, they are, yes, like 2, 2 and 2. So what it is that it's looking like output from this one goes to this one and so on, yes? So that's it, 1 pair, second pair, 3 pairs, because there are 3 lines, yes, of the energy coming to the wheel, which is okay, you know, that's okay. That's why these wheels are super powerful, yes? But if there's a problem and the energy comes back and kills something, well, then you get a board replacement. But if you replace the board and then you replace the wheel and then you need to replace the board, that's not funny, okay? That's huge cost for you. That's why I'd rather not fix it as a board replacement, but I fix it as a component level repair. Now I found that this SOP 8 IC is a problem. I didn't find out only one thing, okay? I did find out that this IC receives 36 volts from this main connector here. And then what's happening is that when the power comes into it, it doesn't create ourselves about 18 volts. I don't remember if it was 17.8 or 19 volts, but every first, third, and fifth, let's say, receives full voltage from the connector. Whereas second, fourth, and sixth, let's say, receives a voltage like from one of those ICs, okay? And that about 18 volts. Now, if that IC receives 36 volts, but it doesn't output anything, now I need to figure out 2 things, okay? One thing I need to figure out, does it require any input signal? Okay, if I will learn the data from the data sheet, if that requires extra input signal, then I will know what I need to provide. And I can try to track it where it comes from and if that place is working the way it's supposed to work. If it's working, then I know the small IC SOP 8 will be culprit and I just need to buy them, replace them. Okay? Of course not one, of course more. Now the next thing is that if there is something on the way and that on the way is causing the problem, then I need to first fix that one, okay? And then these boards will be working back again. Now, probably, okay, probably I will be in a bit of a pickle. Why it's so? Because the gentleman picked up the hoverboard. Now, I don't have chassis for this hoverboard. I've got only chassis for the smaller boards. So I think what I'm going to do is I will buy a chassis, the bigger one for this one, and I will buy second wheel. I don't need to buy all the plastic shebang, you know, because I need it for testing. I don't need it for, you know, or I will look for a faulty board like this, and then I will have whole shebang for it, because then I will have fixed boards. I will have once per wheel, okay, and I will be able to reverse engineer. But I don't know if hoverboards is something you would like to see on this YouTube channel. If so, I can go in depth of fixing these boards and the other hoverboards. I don't mind to create those videos as long as I know there will be someone who is interested in learning component level repairs of these boards. Then I'm happy to provide any information I will learn on the way. Because it's electronics, these are chips, have voltages, inputs, outputs, yes. And we can just find it out. If no, we've got thermal camera, we've got oscilloscope, we've got good soldering stations, hot air stations, so we can figure out. Just don't use hot air station on this, please. If you ever going to deal with small PCBs, especially cheap Chinese PCBs, please put small solder and flux first, and then solder, especially with a lower melted temperatures than 220-30 degrees, but lower melting temperatures, and then try to heat it up. But start off heating up the surface and then go and focus on the chip. Why it's so? It's because these boards can be really dodgy. Now, what I mean by that is that the surface of the board is starting to well, oxidize, but start to be like a coal, you know, like a surface, like it's burnt. Now the problem is that that will start to conduct, and that can cause you further trouble. So the least you want is too much heat on it. And then when you see capacitors, especially electrolytic capacitors, avoid it. Sometimes it's better to remove certain component even, just to not overheat it and not kill the capacitors on the job. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you in this video. It's quite a long 12 minutes. Hopefully you see a value in it, and if you think there is a point of making at least video number 2 or more videos about them in the future, please let me know, because I will first make an inventory of what I have and what I need, and I will first buy spare parts on those other boards, and then we can go into fixing as well these boards and finding out the SOP 8 chip, and we can take it from there. But if I will see that there's nobody interested in the videos, I might go to other videos, of course. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video, and if possible, let's fix them all. Thank you. Bye bye.